Are Locked On Spartans, your daily podcast on the Michigan State Spartans, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
It's Friday or Thursday night. It's whatever day you want it to be in your heart. What's up, everyone? I'm Matt Sheehan. I'm the host of Locked On Spartans. Thank you so much for joining and making Locked On Spartans your first listen every single day. And that handsome gentleman, if I could point the right direction, there we go. That handsome gentleman right here. We're going to get to him soon, but we're going to let him just sit there awkwardly in silence for just a hot second because I got to talk to you fine people and let you know that today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, I'm finally going to be a good guest, or no, host rather, because you're the guest. I don't know who's running the ship here, Connor. Regardless, hey, it's Connor Muldowney of SpartanAvenue.com. How on earth are you doing, man? You doing okay?
I just can't believe you brought me back again. I've been trying to tank my appearance on the show for 2 straight times now, and it hasn't worked. You keep asking me to come back.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's the off season. We're here to have some fun. Anytime you hop on, it's a fun time. And you haven't, blocked my number. You haven't blocked me on Twitter yet. So really, this is why you still keep coming on, because you keep saying yes for some odd reason.
Yeah,
hey,
I
thanks a lot, man.
haven't,
appreciate it.
I haven't muted you or anything. And
Oh, please, yeah. No one has. Yeah, that's how it goes around these parts. Connor, how's the offseason treating you, man? Have you lost your mind yet? Is there enough angst in the air to keep you focused on Michigan State sports, or just talk to me about the offseason for you?
Well, the recruiting juice from Mel Tucker is kind of that's what keeps me going. That's what wakes me up in the morning. Like hearing that there's, I don't know how many top 40 prospects that are going to be on campus for the spring game. The offseason is fine, especially after the basketball season we just had. The offseason is great. I'm loving the offseason. So
to reference what you're referencing, it has been reported by Stephen Brooks, SpartanTailgate.com, the 24/7 sports folks. 6 prospects in the top 40 out of the 2024 class are going to be visiting Michigan State in the next coming weeks or months. And also that's 4 players amongst the top 6 in the entire nation. So yeah, listen, hey, it's not been fun with Christie. Is he going to stay or is he going to go? Oh my God, who's going to be the next assistant coach of the basketball team or whatever? But 24/7 Sports and Stephen Brooks dropped something like that. And let's just start there. You read something like that 6 top 40 kids of the 2024 class are going to be visiting East Lansing. What's your initial reaction? Because mine is oh, okay, I'm still sleeping. This is still a dream. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, let me in on what crossed your mind the first time that came across your timeline.
Are we Alabama now? Is that that's
yes. Yes.
God, I wish. But honestly, if you would have told me 2 years ago, 2020 or right after D'Antonio left, that right after the Final Four run by Cassius and Izzo, if you would have told me that the football program was gonna
right.
have all of this juice. And the basketball program is going to just make us so depressed and sad and up in the air. I don't know. I don't know what I would have told you, but I probably would have Will Smith you across the face. It would have been
sure.
Yeah, insane. I can't believe 4 of the top 6. They have nowhere else to be.
Hey,
no knock on Michigan State.
East Lansing in April is beautiful, Connor. All right, the sprawling coastlines of East Lansing. We got the fine beaches, the mountains for hiking.
Lake Lansing that time of year. Oof.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. We are selling this right now. But dude, it's okay. In my wildest dreams, did I think that Mel Tucker can get this going? And listen, before we get too ahead of ourselves, yeah, these are just kids visiting. They're not committing or anything like that. But still, it's definitely worth getting excited about and worth the discussion because, did D'Antonio ever have 3 top 10 kids in the nation ever come to even just visit East Lansing in his time? I don't think so. And again, whenever I bring up D'Antonio, I have to add that I love him like a family member. He has done wonderful things for me. With that said, this is a completely different stratosphere that MSU is recruiting in right now. Mm-hmm. And also, Connor, with that said, like I'm gonna have to like take back a lot of things I said about like Michigan fans and them celebrating off-season titles, because like I get it now. Like
This is fun.
This is a lot of fun. I'm having the time of my life right
Yeah.
now with these 16-year-old kids visiting campus in the dead of April. Like this is a hoot and a half over here. And like, do we think that Mel Tucker could get here one day? Like, yeah, if everything went right for a few years, but like, doesn't this seem to be happening just like so fast? Like this guy hasn't even coached his third season at Michigan State yet. Like
it blows my mind a little bit how we heard that he was a good recruiter and he recruited well at Georgia and wherever he's been, but
yeah,
I was expecting like top 30 classes, like having D'Antonio as our coach. Like we love D'Antonio, like you said, we love D'Antonio, but
sure.
he was pulling in, you know, top 35, maybe top 40, like regularly classes. He was never sniffing the top 25, maybe once or twice. I can't think of any other year outside of 16, and I think there's one other year, but
I know.
Tucker's gonna live in the top 20. Like he's gonna approach the top 15, top 10 every year if he keeps doing this.
And I've just like gotten so delusioned, just myself as a fan, so fast. Like I saw, and I forgot who the recruit was, so I'm not going to name his name. But like I saw, it's like, oh, blessed to be offered by Michigan State University. And I clicked on him, like it was like a 3-star defensive player, and I was like, oh, okay.
No.
It's like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yep.
Like think of where I was like 2 years ago, like praying to God that a guy doesn't flip from to Rutgers on signing day. It's like what a turn of events. I am so here for being so delusioned in recruiting, and I cannot spoon feed myself enough of it fast enough. And
I'm the same way. I look at a 3-star, I'm like, wait, hold on. Is your offer committable? First of all,
yeah, nope.
Well, but that's where we've come. Like, it feels like Tucker's not even offering these kids. Like every time you hear an offer, you look at his profile, it's like 4-star, top 300, blah blah blah. It's crazy. Like
I know,
and it makes that statement that he said last year. I think it was last year, where he said, "If you can't recruit at Michigan State, you can't recruit anywhere." And like more and more, it kind of looks like okay, he knew what he was talking about. And like, was that a shot at D'Antonio? Like, honestly, I don't know. But, like it might have been
that pot. Let's go. I mean, I remember hearing that quote too, and like I admittedly, like I kind of just rolled my eyes. I'm like Mel, you already have the job here. Like you don't have to keep on like buttering us up, but like, oh, like he's backing it up. Like he means it, which is pretty nuts. And like right now, I think what Michigan State said I think it's 12 last time I checked for the 2023 class. What do you think it will end at, just at the top of your head, or also like at the top of your head, like what would just have you jazzed for the 2023 class?
Where you said we're 12. I think we're one spot ahead of a certain team. I don't know the name.
In-state team, Grand Valley. It has to be Grand
Central.
Valley.
I think it's Central Michigan.
Central. That's right. Jim McElwain's got it pumping up there in Mount Pleasant. That's right.
Let's see. If I had to guess, I would say a realistic goal is top 15 to 20 range. And I think that would be more than like exceeding expectations for how early on it is. But honestly, realistically, with the guys that he's still targeting, like if he gets 2 or 3 of the offensive linemen that are playing A guys, like that boosts the class and probably into the top 10.
Yeah. And like, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know who else. I know we're recruiting, you know, a bunch of good defensive linemen too because of Brandon Jordan. But there's so many top guys on the board, and they all seem to be like very interested. Not like, okay, Michigan State's cool. Like
sure.
I like their history, whatever. Like these guys want to take official visits here. These guys want to visit campus on their own dime. Like,
yeah.
I'd say top 15 is very possible. Top 15 to 20 is likely. Yeah, right.
It's nuts. It's the room is spinning right now, and I'm not handling this well at all. It's crazy, but also like we got a lot of fun things in the air right now. Like I'm just having a great Thursday because not only am I talking to the one, the only Connor Muldowney right now, but it's also first day of Masters. We got opening day soon, just like great sports days. So Connor, we're gonna segue that into what we're going to be chatting about next segment. Greatest days of the MSU sports calendar year. That's right. We're not doing the whole like sport calendar. We're boiling it down just to what's going on in East Lansing. But first, Connor, I got to say goodbye to you for a hot second and say hello to my favorite protein bar of all time. That is Built Bar. That's right, gang. We're here talking about Built Bars once again because I love you and I want you to take care of yourself and also your taste buds. And you could do both of those with Built Bar because they're wrapped in 100% real chocolate. They're soft. They're chewy. Their flavors are out of this world, whether it be like the Built Puffs, you know, the cinnamony churro protein-infused marshmallow, or get yourself a mint brownie, some toffee almond, some peanut butter brownie, whatever it is. Go to Built.com and find yourself those Built Bars right now that'll treat your taste buds well and your body well because each Built Bars, you know, we're rocking like 17 grams of protein, 18 grams of protein for some of these bad boys with only just 4 grams of sugar and 4 grams of net carbs. It's amazing, but we're not done yet. No. We got to hit that wallet too. Go to Built.com right now to find your Built Bars and use promo code LOCKED15. That's right, Built.com, promo code LOCKED15, and that's going to save you 15% off your order. One more time, Built.com, promo code LOCKED15. Go get yourself some Built Bars. And before we get into our favorite days of the MSU calendar year, hey, I just want to thank you for making Locked On Spartans your first listen every single day here in the Locked On Podcast Network. Connor, it is impossible to beat spring when it comes to sports because, like, off the top of my head, my favorite days of the sports year are like Selection Sunday, first day of March Madness, first day of Masters, Kentucky Derby opening day. I'm playing the hits right now. We're here to just talk about only things that go on in East Lansing. So we're each going to give our top 5 favorite days of the MSU sports year. For example, I'll go first if you don't mind me hogging the microphone.
Go for it.
Number 5 for me is that Thanksgiving tournaments that like Michigan State always plays in. You know, whether it's like the super late night games at 10 p.m. like in the PK80 tournament a few years ago, or just like last year, the like nice little lunchtime matinee game against UConn, like anything in the Thanksgiving Day week, like the Maui Invitational, yada yada. You know what I'm talking about. That's like number 5. So like that's kind of what we're going for right now. Do you? First of all, do you have 5 or
no? I had 5.
Off guard. Okay,
I had 5, and you took one of mine right there. I thought that was going to be sneaky. I was like, there's nothing better than like a long holiday weekend. You know, even on Thanksgiving night, you finish Thanksgiving, like your stuff, and you're like, oh wait, there's a game on in 3 hours. You know, like the Thursday through or the Wednesday through Saturday or Sunday Thanksgiving weekend tournaments are like top tier. And usually Michigan State is playing in the championship event, like at the end of the weekend, or at least like third place game or something. So they give us a long weekend, a lot of games. I don't know. That's just like the perfect, like, I'm not leaving my house for the weekend, so this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, or if like you're in a situation where like, okay, like I you know, this dinner's got a little stale here at this family get together. We've already run out to conversation topics. Hey, flip that steak game on. Time is when the boys will take care of you and offer the room some conversation right there, or at least just something to watch if you're just tired, you know, watching a parade all day or what have you. Or hey, the Lions, if we can take a dig at them really quick. Do you want to just to not avoid stealing another one of yours? Do you want to go and give another one off your list?
Okay, I have one that's not really a day. It's just a time frame.
Oh,
so. I didn't follow the rules here.
I love this.
I said the off season, like, because now we have all this recruiting juice.
I like that,
which is new.
I like that.
Like after a grueling basketball season, there's nothing better than just being like, it's done.
It's over.
Clean your hands. Like now we can speculate how we're going to win the national championship next year for the next 6 or 7 months. That's right. The off season, especially like the months leading up to the football season, like July and August, there's just so much like excitement around the football program. No matter what, like I guess the end of the D'Antonio era, there might not have been, but like now, like there's going to be so much like energy going into the season. We're going to just hear endless quotes about how so-and-so is going to have their breakout year. It's going to be great.
Yep.
Best shape of their life. Those photos, the side-by-side photos, those are going to be cool.
Oh, side-by-side photo season. Let's go. We're so
Yep.
back.
They're so back.
We're so back.
Yep.
Oh, man.
The offseason's it's just gotten better, I think, over the years.
And I also like, too, what Mel Tucker does is, like, you know how, like, big-time concerts have, like, warm-up acts?
Mhm.
Like, he's also, like, starting to give us, like, warm-up acts. Like, he got Jalen Berger out of the transfer portal before the season was even over. Like, they still had the Peach Bowl to play, and he's still, like, tuning his guitar or dialing up the piano to, like, the right notes just to let Spartan Nation know, like, oh, yeah, we're coming this offseason. So, yeah, that's a great one right there. My number 4 favorite day of the MSU sport fandom year is the day or day after MSU football escapes their way too close non-conference game. Like this year, it was Western Kentucky, Utah State a few years ago. That Western Michigan game in 2015, if I could just play some of the hits. Or remember that like one Eastern Michigan game where D'Antonio did his whole next question rant, like stuff like that. Like it is as sure as the sun rising in the east that once a year, Michigan State is going to play a game against a non-conference opponent way too close, and it's going to be full of angst. I'm going to hate every minute of it, but you know what? Once it's over, that's the point. It's over. We can put it behind us. We can look forward. We never know when it's coming, Connor. We never know when it's coming, Connor. But that non-conference bell tolls for thee over in Michigan State country, and it's terrible. And I am just always thrilled and relieved to put it behind us whenever it wraps up. So that's why I got to go for number 4 on my list here. Do you have a number 3? I'm assuming you do. You said you wrote down 5. I don't know why I keep asking you if you have 3 more, but
if you ask the next time, I'll probably say no. But this time,
right,
I do.
Yeah, please do.
I have the day leading up to the U of M MSU football game.
Oh, you're a masochist. Okay, love that.
If you love like anxiety with excitement and just like you're still talking like. You're still talking trash for no reason. Like you have no reason to talk trash leading up to the game because you have no idea what's going to happen. But like you're also like the sleep the night before is very minimal. Yeah, just nothing. But like there's just so much to look forward to in that game, especially if it's a home game, because I feel like the home games just like give you a more like way more sense of relief. So I'll say like the day before of U of M MSU home game.
You're a sick person. You're a sick person.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Because that might be bottom 5 worst days. Not even just of MSU sports, just of. Actually, no.
The day after a loss would be bottom 5.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a very good point. I guess I should think rationally for a hot second, but no, that's like bottom worst 3 days of my entire year is, and also like the actual Michigan State game is also bottom 3 days of the year for me too. God, that's. But you know what, Connor?
I'm sick.
That's why we love you. Yeah, that's right, because you're a sick puppy. You live for that stuff, and I absolutely love that about you. And Connor, I'm going to try a segue here for just to get us into another break. You know what I'm sick over or sick about is betting with the fine folks at betonline.net. How was that? Was that fine? I give myself like a C- for that.
That was perfect. I didn't see that coming.
Well. Oh, well, yeah, I'll take that. All right, guys, betonline.net, they have got you covered all season. And what season, may you ask? Well, okay, of course, every season. Hockey season, basketball season, football season, golf season, some esports season. betonline.net is the place to find anything betting related because, well, quite simply, they're the best. Find all your latest sports developments, including this week's Masters Championships, odds, podcast reviews, all different leagues. And BetOnline is your continued source for all the sporting wagering information that you could ever want, including live betting, like I said, esports, and scores. So head to the website today, use your mobile device, learn more about the trends in action. That's at betonline.net, gang, where the game starts. And this is Connor Muldowney. Thank you so much for sitting on the bench for a hot second there.
That was beautiful.
Thanks. I try my best. You know, I got to be a company man here. Pay some bills. One BetOnline ad read at a time because they are just simply the best. The best. Connor, I got 3 more. I believe you have 2 more if I'm doing my MSU degree math correctly there. My number 3 here is I got to go back to basketball for best calendar days of the sporting year, and that's MSU's rebound win every time they have like a rough stretch in January or February. Like a few years ago, it was like that tip slam by Xavier Tillman. Or this year, it was probably like the Purdue game could be one of those, but I think it was also that home Indiana game too, because that was just a joyous day. That's always so much fun. Without fail, death, taxes, MSU losing 3 straight games like in the dead of January or February and freaking out the whole fan base. And then bouncing back and just having like a great statement win, whether it be on the road or at home. But like, that's one of my top 3 favorite days of the calendar year for me as a State fan, because not only does it tell us all that everything's going to be okay, but also, oh yeah, the crazy wheels in my head start turning. I'm like, oh yeah, Izzo's got this team where they want. He made sure they played bad for those previous 3 or 4 games, just so he could break them down to build them up. And this is where we start our climb to the apex of March and start going to the promised land where Tom Izzo, more times than not, likes to bring us. But yeah, that's That's
a good one.
You want to get me riled up? Oh,
yeah. No,
Tommy does.
I
it
like
every
this.
Year.
Get riled up. We need to see more of that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's never scheduled, but it's always on time. It always is. It always comes at the right time. So yeah, that's my number 3 favorite day of the MSU sport calendar.
That's good.
Connor.
That's a good one. See, like you thought about these, like really, like not to say that I try. I put in the work here.
You've got good ones. What are you talking about? Come on.
I stole one of yours, so yeah, I mean, I didn't steal it. I had it. Sure. I have it written down. But
okay.
I swear. All right.
I believe you. I have no reason to not believe you.
I'm trying to think of what I was going to say something about your pick of the day after, or the day of a rebound win. But like you're right, like they have 3 straight losses every year, and everybody panics. And you should have seen how optimistic I was this March after we won 2 games in the Big Ten tournament. I was like, we're going all the way. We're going to the Final Four. I was like, New Orleans. I booked my ticket. No, I didn't book my ticket.
The thoughts running through my mind were out of control. A psychiatrist would even gasp at if they took a peek inside my brain after like the Purdue loss, because I was like, oh, AJ Hogarth's ready to put up 40 a night in March. Like, we're gonna have Coach K in a torture rack, but alas, we all know how it ended.
That game is gonna live in my head rent free for probably the rest of my life.
Let's talk about happy days.
Yeah. My bad.
All right. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
It's mine.
No, Connor, it's my bad. No,
I'll take blame. It's mine. I brought it up. All right, number 2.
Okay.
Number 2. I'm kind of like back and forth between which one should be the top, so I'm just gonna throw one out there. I'm gonna go the first night football game. The first night football game. I would say, like, I mean, sometimes it's the first game of the year, which I don't know if that really count. I don't know if I would really count that, even though that one has like juice.
Yeah.
Like,
Big
you know, State's gonna win more than likely. They're probably gonna score like 40 points under Mel Tucker.
Sure.
I would say like fast forward a little bit to like the first Big Ten night game. So like a Nebraska or like there's just like a different feel. It's exciting. Like. I don't know. There's nothing like watching a game. If it's still nice out, you can go outside, bring your TV outside, watch the game, have a couple twisted teas.
Hey now. God, I yearn for those days to come back again. Oh my God. Oh man. I went way different than you at number 2 for mine. My number 2 is the first night football game back in East Lansing every single season is what I've written down in front of me. So it went cut way against your grain right there that you just brought up. But is that like, and also, okay, so I have this written down for honorable mentions, is like even the first road football game at night is nice too. Now, if you're going to that game, that's even better. That's awesome. You're in enemy territory. You get to experience a new campus, a new tailgating scene. But even if you're at home, like, it's still awesome. Like, you get to watch all the carnage unfold on TV before your game. You get to, like, either what have you. Right. Hang out, like, at a bar, or, like, meet up with family and friends, have a watch party at your house, or even just in the lonesome of your own home. Like, it's very fun, just, like, all the build up to, because more times than not, these night games are big games. So, like, I feel like even night road games, whether you're there or whether you're not, is like kind of in that category as well. So just like, that first night football game,
Yeah.
And proud of East Lansing. Yeah. So there's that. Do you
great minds.
You like that? That's right. Folks, we collaborated on this list the entire time. Let's peek behind the curtain there. But what's dying to hear your number one? Lay it on us. Lay it on us thick, Connor.
Number one is, it's kind of a fresh one. We just experienced this. It was probably the best feeling of the year, and that's the day after a March Madness win.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
You're still talking so much trash. I was throwing out tweets that I didn't even believe in. Like, we're gonna end his career. Like, all this stuff. Like, I was just slinging anything that was on my mind out the night of. Like, even the night of. Like after the second the buzzer sounded, Foster Lawyer walk off the court. I was just like, we're the best team in the country. Like, we literally cannot be stopped.
No. Izzo in March.
It's such a good feeling though. Like, knowing that you win a game and like you don't care who you're playing next really until the next day. Like, that night you're just like your brain, like, especially if you have a few alcoholic beverages, adult beverages, your brain is just thinking like the craziest things. Like, I was I kept saying the whole night, I was like, don't let Joey get hot. And you know what? Joey got hot. And that was my phrase for the rest of the day. And like going into the next day, I was like, why did they let Joey get hot? It was just like the feeling, the vibes were like all time high. I'm not even gonna bring up what happened after the next game, but
that's fine.
The first game, and even going back to 2019, do you remember every day after the wins in that tournament? Oh my god! My god! Like, after the Minnesota win, I was just like, wanting for a week. I was like, this team isn't even. Minnesota's not even good, and we just kicked the crap. I don't even care how bad they are.
No,
we just dominate. And then LSU.
Oh,
and then the day after the Duke win. Oh my god! You can't even tell me there's better days. You cannot tell me that.
No, there aren't. There simply aren't. And like beating Davidson, and it's great because like you get 24 more hours of freedom from the onslaught of the horrible feeling that you get after a loss. Because as bad as those feelings are after like March Madness losses, like the complete opposite end of the pendulum is just as high on the scale. Like, it is incredible. God, I love that. Don't let Joey get hot. Our thing was we kept doing like the too small thing at the bar, and like I was walking around the bar with like my hand maybe 3 inches above the floor by the end of the game, like he's too little. And I was saying it like when they were just like hitting shots against no one, like fast break layups. I was like too small. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I've lost.
That's a good one. I think I'm going to use that one next year.
Oh, it was great, yeah, and like it wasn't even against like Foster Lawyer, like it was against their big man. It was against anyone. I think like they showed the coach on the screen at one point. I was like, too small, too small. Like, so I don't know. All control.
That needs to be the new thing. That has to be the new thing. No matter where people are, no matter where Michigan State fans are, they got to do that.
God, and like, oh god, I can see it now. This football season, it's like a 3rd and 2. Against Akron, and then like we pick it up on a rush of 3 yards. Jalen Berger picks it up, and like I'm just gonna be in the section stairs, just like he's too small. Like I'm gonna be beating the brakes off of that.
Completely wrong usage.
Yeah. Oh, entirely wrong usage. Yeah. It's Stone. He hits a 42-yard field goal. I'll just
too small.
They're too small. It kicked right over them. I don't know.
Can block it.
Yeah. Anyone that sits by me at a game is going to be very just nauseated at that by the time the first quarter ends. So can't wait for that. Stay tuned for that one, Spartan Stadium.
You at the tailgate when we're playing cornhole and you hit a shot.
Oh, heavens! Oh my God! Wow! Oh,
too small.
That unlocks something. Oh God! Some flip cup at the tailgate. I'm too small on everyone.
Completely overusing it to the point where it's actually like overly funny.
Yeah, God. Oh,
like it shouldn't be funny, but it's funny.
I got my bit for the fall lined up. This is great. So perfect. This is fantastic. I cannot wait to do this. Surely no one will get sick of it, or I won't go too. Of course, I won't go too far with it or beat a bit too far into the ground. That's not what I do here. Connor, my last one that I have, and this is the best day of the calendar year, and this is a day that we almost can count on being on the calendar because it's happened 10 times in the last 14 years. It's not specifically beating Michigan at football, but it's the 24-hour time span that happens after it more times it's like the Sunday because, listen, just like we were talking about, like we are on cloud 999.
Yeah.
We are screaming, whether it be in real life or on the internet, just about how superior MSU is than Michigan. But also, like when we get into the Sunday, we start to see like the U of M fans pop up and start to like offer their excuses for the game, which is like some of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
And or sometimes just like general sadness, but also like it's that window on Sunday when you get the melting pot of celebrating and also seeing all the takes, discounting once again another Michigan State win and reasons why the game got stolen from them. It's just like double chef's kiss. It is just a perfect day, and no day was more perfect than this one because listen, you get the whole controversy with was his knee down? Was it not? Did he let go of the ball before the? Hey, I don't keep talking about it because the more you talk about it, the more I laugh. So it's God. So that's my favorite day of the MSU sports calendar year, without fail. I mean, it's beautiful.
That's a good day. I didn't pick that one solely because you provided me an example when we were talking about it, and I felt like if I chose that one example, which happened to be your number one choice,
sure,
that it would just ruin the whole game. So I agree that that's on par with a day after a tournament win. Like,
oh my God,
the amount of trash, like just like terrible tweets that go through my head, and I'm just like, that's it. That's the one. Like,
that's the one.
Mel Tucker will never lose to Michigan. Like just stupid things, like just
it's
that are undoubtedly going to come back to bite me one day.
Oh yeah. That's like when the most receipts get left out too is like in the 12 hours after win because it's anything that comes to your head, you just put it on the timeline and just pray to God that HR at your company doesn't find them and just keep rolling, just survive in advance in your own employment. So yeah, it's beautiful.
well, luckily the 12 hours after a Michigan State win, most U of M fans disappear. So like they don't even see these tweets. They just kind of go on deaf ears.
Yeah. Man, I just cannot wait for September 2nd against Western Michigan. I like because it happened last year. It happened against Northwestern. Like, oh my God, too small. Like Kenneth Walker runs in that first touchdown of the year last year, and like it was my first time in public because like the whole I don't know if you've heard about the COVID thing or anything like that, but like
is that new?
Somewhat, I don't know, to be determined. But like it was like the first big event that I went to, and I proved that like I'm not ready to be back in society. Because like Kenneth Walker takes that 75-yard run back, and like Northwestern fans, like they don't care about football. Like they're just there to do something on a Friday night.
They're happy to be there.
Turn around. Oh yeah, and I turn around, and I just start screaming at them. I blacked them. I started just mother effing them, and that is not me. I like to think I'm a very nice person, but I just lost my mind. I was like, okay, so I'm not ready to be back in society yet.
Lock Matt back up, please.
Yeah, I needed to go like to a minor league baseball game or something before that to kind of like wean myself into it. Because that
base hit, you're going to be like, too small.
That's true. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, September 2nd. Stay tuned for that, I guess.
Western Michigan fans beware.
That's
No, but like you said, Northwestern fans. I went to a Northwestern game. They're like the nicest fans. Like we lost.
Oh, so nice.
It was the game that Brian Lewerke threw for like 400 yards.
Oh yeah.
And like I wasn't even upset with that loss at the time because I was just like, wow, we're already bowl eligible. Last year was 3-9. Like this is
sure.
Great. It was just like I was just happy to be there. And I like Northwestern fans like consult. They're like, oh man, good game. That was awesome. Like both teams played really well. I was just like, you're supposed to be shit talking me.
Oh man, this makes me feel worse.
I love Northwestern fans. I love them.
I gotta say too, like I do like that stadium. I know it's like a high school stadium, and it gets the bad rap for that. But like, there's something to like watching, a Big Ten football game in like a small setting like that. I think it's pretty cool. Like if anyone ever has the chance to go down, like
it is, and the campus is like top tier.
It's amazing. I mean, it's very hard to find like a store that sells beer. I may add, so like come well stocked. But other than that, like it is. I think it's very underrated. A very underrated experience. Like. Is it the horseshoe? Absolutely not. But like, I kind of like the variance there that it is just so unique and different. I don't know. How did we get to this point where we're just hyping up Northwestern football?
I don't know.
I don't know how we got to this point. Go Cats. Maybe like play that roaring sound effect. Like,
oh my, okay. That
80% less than you already do. But like,
but yeah, I agree.
Nothing worse.
Northwestern's like my favorite venue, I would say. I'm not trying to like get off topic and like bring up favorite venues, but like
That's
for
fine.
Big Ten away games. I've only been to a few, but like Northwestern is just like every time I go, it's just because then you go to Chicago after. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
Like this is perfect. Illinois, on the
And-
other hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like their football stadium. I don't even know what their football stadium's called. We'll just call it Ross-Ade. Ross-Ade?
No, that's Purdue. That's Purdue.
Yeah, like I said.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know what
right.
Illinois is.
That's what I said.
Yeah. No, you said that. You're right.
Yeah, thank you. We'll edit that out. Yeah. Okay.
Illinois is just like it's just the campus is just like. I say this as a Michigan State fan, like we're not in the middle of nowhere, but like
Right.
Illinois' campus is like just so bland. I don't know. It's just like compare it to Northwestern. It's just like, what are we doing?
Gray.
Can't you just play at Northwestern? Like you're on the same state. Like just go there and play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ship up to Soldier Field. I mean, how far can Champaign be from Chicago? Like Illinois, come on.
It's only like 4
neighborhood.
hours probably, but
see, that's not that bad. Yeah, just play your games at Soldier Field. Like, come on.
Don't be selfish.
No, please don't. Yeah, come on. Connor, this has been a hoot and a half, man. You're the best. Love having you on. Thanks for not blocking me completely yet. I swear, I'll drive over right now. I swear to God, I'll drive over right now.
Don't you make me. Don't you make me.
I will.
Nope.
I'm walking out. I'm walking out right now. I'm walking out right now.
Oh, you just.
What are we on the show? This has got to be great listening for anyone that's listening on the podcast and not watching on YouTube, as we are both acting out, walking out of our own rooms and houses right here. So this is riveting audio on the podcast right now. Listeners, thank you so much. You guys are all the best. Love every single one of you that listen. And Connor, love you as well. Hey, have yourself a nice weekend, man. And go green.
Have yourself a better weekend and go white.
You son of a